Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulihi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsani ila yawmiddin wa ba'd. We'd like to welcome you all to the this version of the Black Imams Roundtable, the Ramadan special version, where we're just doing some reflections. Uh, I'm Imam Faheem. I'm your host with the most from coast to coast, and I'm back, baby, and I'm better than ever. I haven't been on the last couple of weeks, so I'd like to apologize for all the people who support us. And a couple of people inboxed me, and they really reminded me of the kind of work that we're doing here to have this forum, where we just have where we have open discussions and we kind of tackle all of the issues, and we just talk to people on the level that we on. So from the feedback that I got, a lot of people appreciate it. So, I apologize for being, MIA for a minute, but this Ramadan has been very, it's been phenomenal. I've been super engaged with the community this year round, and we've had more participation than we've had the previous years. And I don't know if it's because of the pandemic, but as everybody know, Ramadan is the month of redemption. People come out, and it's just a great time. So I decided this year to really just soak it all up. So I kind of been at the masjid most of the time. We've been doing Tartaweed prayer every night, and we do the bid out. We do 20. No, I was just joking. So we do 20, and alhamdulillah, I've been having a couple of brothers, that be hanging in there with me. So, and then at the Fajr we do a few lessons. So it's just a lot of energy floating around, and that's just, Ramadan is that time of year. So alhamdulillah, I'm just, so I've been soaking it up, so. I'm giving salams to everybody that's tuning in, inshallah. Let me see. I'm a little rusty. I got to go back and see the comments. Okay, yeah. Inshallah, everyone's fast is going well. We ask Allah who spent with Allah to, accept it from us. And then this last leg of the fast, make sure we all turn up big with worship, good deeds, plenty of charity, increasing the Quran, and reading the Quran, and just going all out, because we might, this time might not come our way next year, and I missed the last couple roundtable sessions, so I can't even reflect on the topics, but I know my brothers held it down, so I don't know if I was missed or not. I hope y'all missed me. Nobody
Yeah,
called
we
me.
missed you. We called you out in the comments and everything.
I know, y'all was talking about me, man. That's why my ear was twitching and all that kind of stuff.
Everybody's like, "Yo, where's Imam Faheem at?" Some people
Yeah.
even kind of insinuated that like you got kicked off the minhaj or so.
I probably did, but I mean, I ain't get kicked out the group. I've been on the Minhaj for 20 years, but I'm still in the group.
That's right. He never get kicked out the group. Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah. So yeah, but this Ramadan has really been, one of the better ones. I mean, especially, the last 10 nights, you always get brothers who kind of, come back, and as you know, Imam Naeem, it starts out big, a lot of numbers, then it starts fading off. Um, then it goes to, just iftar is really big, and then the Taraweeh prayer is like, I mean, I don't even have like 2 or 3 brothers, but they've been there every night with me. Then we get some, and I think some of the brothers when they come in, they like a lot of places are just doing 8, so they expecting to do 8 and be, so we do 8, and then they looking like, okay, we should do with it. No, man, we can go. And so then people just leave, but alhamdulillah, just to see them there. And then, some stick it out because this is the Black Imams forum, man. So we got to use, Black Imam tactics. Yo, man, where you going? You got something better to do? Man, you better come back in here and finish up, and, that's how we got to use our people, man. You got to make them feel guilty, man. So it works. It works. So alhamdulillah, we get brothers hanging out now. We got about 7 brothers doing itikaf, at least what we can do, staying the night, during the day, unfortunately, I got to move around myself. So, but at night, we have a nice little session. We kind of review the jewels that we reading, and one of the other things we're doing is we're memorizing the 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we're doing like 11 a night for these next 9 nights. So and just reviewing them every day. So it's wonderful, man. I'm super excited. I'm super.
Alhamdulillah, that's beautiful, man. Alhamdulillah.
All right, so how's everybody? What's up in the comments? How y'all been?
They all giving you the salams. They glad to see you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be back on a freestyle session after Ramadan and shoot y'all some Imam bars. I'm gonna try to go platinum in the hood, inshallah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Excuse me. I'm kind of moving around right now, so I'm not really settled. But you know, as I'm as glad to see all of all of our regulars, all of our favorites. Thank you for tuning in, and inshallah, I miss y'all, man. You know. So Imam Naeem, you go, bro. What you got?
Yeah, like I was telling you before we went live, you know, one of the things I noticed because like for example, like when I first came to Imam here, like some of us we used to take turns, mostly me, reciting from the Mus'haf, in Taraweeh, right? And so, no, nobody want to hear my crappy recitation, right? Right. So right. So some people would come, stay, whatever, right? And then a few years ago, we started getting hufaz, people who memorize the Quran, to lead us in Taraweeh. And so I believe maybe 2 years ago, we had a young Turkish brother come. And then last year, we had a young Pakistani brother come lead us. And I noticed even before that, up until last year, it's like iftar, African Americans in the building, we there talking. And after Isha, the African Americans check out and the immigrants come for Taraweeh, right? That's what the Sunnah has been in our masjid, right?
Yeah.
But this year, the one who's leading us in Taraweeh is my African son-in-law, right? So alhamdulillah, what I noticed this year, I don't know if anybody else there paid attention to it, but it's clear to me, like the African Americans are not leaving after Isha. They are there praying Taraweeh. Sometimes I'll be looking around like, man, we ain't got no immigrant brothers here today. And the numbers are more consistent and the numbers are a little bit bigger than before. And so I'm like, subhanallah, like, I'm like, wow, this is interesting, right? And not only that, there's some brothers who typically haven't been praying Taraweeh with us in the years previous, and they've been coming every night.
Alhamdulillah.
All right. And we also do 22, Aki. We don't do that 8 stuff.
Yeah, that's for weaklings, man. MashaAllah. Yeah, y'all used to do stuff, man. 20. I say, man, what kind of soldier are you, man? What's up? Do I tell people, like, listen, man, when are you ever going to do 20 rakats again throughout the year? Like, be honest. This is the time, man. Let's be honest, man. When are you going to do 20 again throughout the year? Take this time. This is the month of Barakah, man. Like, this is like money on the table, man. This is a halal Vegas. You know what I mean? It's money on the table to be taken, man. Let's do it.
And Allah makes it easier for us this month.
Yeah.
I found that no matter what activity I try to do, I don't care if it's reading Quran, like you said, praying at night. Allah makes it real easy during the month of Ramadan. When I do it outside of the month of Ramadan, it takes more effort, more energy. It's harder. So like you said, the money's on the table now, so I'm getting it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so and then it brings out just the best in competition for Hasanat. That's what I love to see, man. I mean, you got people, alhamdulillah, they show up, man, and then they just start racking them up, and like, wait a minute, slow down, man. You can't take them all. We just racing for the khair. It's just a phenomenal feeling, man.
Exactly. You even like I know in one city, I heard one imam say, he even had people try to take the barakah. They try to lead Taraweeh without permission. Atlantic City, right?
Yeah, but it worked out all good. I got a break after I straightened out the situation and everybody got in line. I got some extra help, so that's always a blessing.
Allahu Akbar. You left
Because
that part out of the story.
no, because I didn't think they was coming back. But it's mashallah. Listen, you're right. My mistake. It wasn't intended like that. The others told me to do it, and I said mashallah. We talked, and had a Akida thermometer check. Malik. I said I ain't against Malikis, So Alan was Alan. I know the people. I just didn't know him. And they say he's okay, and it was a mistake. We didn't see you. We didn't know, whatever. Just maintain order. That's how we do that, right?
Allahu Akbar.
And make sure no slight deviance is happening, and it all works out good. Because, my day's starting like 3 a.m, man, So by the time I get through all I'm doing, that Tarawih be heavy on me, So to have someone to share it with, others, it works out. Long as it's. But next year, I'm not waiting. I'm gonna have all my people lined up because this was like it's mashallah, a lot of work. Alhamdulillah. But as Imam Faheem said, or y'all said, it's the time to get it. So I push myself and let's get it, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Man, I can't even, like my day, I think my day starts at Dhuhr, right? So I'm up around Dhuhr time and, I'm at the Masjid for iftar all the way through Taraweeh. I get home, I don't go to sleep. And so, Suhoor, then, Subha al-Fajr, then I go to sleep. But now I can't even go to sleep because I got to do some stuff with the kids in their school and check them in and all that kind of stuff. My wife's not here, so I got to do that. So I really get to sleep around 9 in the morning or something like that. And then I got to wake up at Dhuhr and do it all over again. My problem last year, my schedule was something like that. But then my body got stuck in that mode after Ramadan. I found it hard to get out of it.
That's something that I'm looking forward to try to, and I usually get at least 2-3 months of that Ramadan energy at that pace. I try to maintain what I'm doing for Ramadan after Ramadan. Like I try not to go back. I try to use that energy to get a boost. So I'm hoping that inshallah, after Ramadan, we're going to step it up a notch. So I'm going to probably increase the classes. And let's not forget, we got to get on tour.
First stop, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
3 the hard way, man. I'm Fred Williamson. Long as I'm Fred Williamson, we good.
So, we got that, and we got Albany, New York. We got an invitation to do an Albany takeover, and it's needed.
Alhamdulillah. But I just got one problem with that. You said Albany, New York. Now, I know that people say Albany's in New York, but from people from New York City, none of that's New York, man. That's somewhere else. It's not Albany. New York, but it's not Canada either. It's just out there.
I know in my Ansar days, that was the money spot. Newburgh and Albany. If you go up there, you're going to make some bread. You ain't have a bunch of competition. You go up Albany, you go up Newburgh. It's cold, but you're going to make your bread.
Yeah.
So you got to get that $100 quota. Shoot up north, you're going to make it.
Metro North.
But there's a nice community up there. But, really, it's some concentration needs to be done in the inner city. Because I know we go up there often, especially with Sheikh Sam here, but it's all in the suburbs. And very few do you see, African Americans. So I'm interested of doing a tour and work in the community, So that would be something nice, inshallah.
Issa said, when is Pittsburgh happening? I got to get the imams some dates, and then we're going to see when our schedule lines up. But hopefully soon after Ramadan, inshallah.
So did I have any comments or questions from the our beloved Black Imams Roundtable attendees? So what's on y'all mind? You know, Ramadan, we didn't prepare specific topics. We just wanted to keep the gatherings going per the Imam of the Boom Bap. So
Oh yeah, let me pay my my door fee. Hold on.
Yeah, let's go. I got a couple. I'm backed up a couple, so I'm going to drop it now, and everybody follow suit. You know, this is the last 10 nights. All types of man, let's go. You know what I mean? I feel like Laylatul Qadr was last night, man.
Subhanallah.
You know.
So it's Delaware or Philadelphia on the schedule. If it can be arranged, let's work it out. We're trying to go everywhere. So somebody have a place that's going to facilitate it. Let's try to do it. Here's a question. Faheem.
What suggestions do the imams have to maintain Ramadan? One of my suggestions is to whatever your practice was during Ramadan. Like, say, for example, if you've been making tarawih, well, maybe outside of Ramadan, you don't make witr or you don't make tahajjud, start making that. Like, at least take a little piece of it off, even if you don't do the same amount of rakats or numbers, take a piece of it that you know you're going to stick to, and then stick to that, and then build every year. And that's not just with the tarawih, that's with the other things, including the fasting and other things. That's my suggestion.
For me, just every moment that you have is precious. Just keep it going. Burn the energy that you built up in Ramadan. Burn it off. You know, keep going. Like for me, last year this time I had COVID, you know, and I was boxed in. I was healing up, you know. So and I had it kind of bad. I was in the hospital for 11, 12 days, and I got out right before Ramadan. So I wasn't able to really do anything last year. So this year, I'm like, you know, you start thinking about, man, I don't have too many years left, and I don't know when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gonna call me back. So, like, maximize every single moment that you got. You know, put yourself in super service of the people, your community. You know, go out of your way, inconvenience yourself. You know, tire yourself out, and just keep doing, keep going.
It's also good when you have people doing stuff with you. Like, for example, you know, once we got families, you know, it's easier to when the whole family's fasting. So, you know, you ain't got to worry about nobody going out of their way to cook for, you know, iftar, sahur, and all of that. And the same thing with the masjid. Like, a lot of times in a lot of communities, you know, people get together and they may do, you know, the sunnah fast, you know, Mondays and Thursdays, you know, together, like a group of people in the masjid. That kind of stuff keeps it going as well.
Yeah, now we got to do a lot of stuff. We got to really become, creative in how to keep people together because of this pandemic. You know, a lot of communities don't have the attendance that they usually would have. So if we can make the most of these online things, you know, have group, dhikr sessions, reading books, you know, having discussions like this, you know, just making sure somebody bees the example that they want to see. You know, we need a lot more of that. You know, people would just, you know, they take the ball and they can go to the rack with it all day.
What advice do y'all have for brothers single for the first time in a minute?
Stop being single and get some of these sisters married.
I was going to say the same thing.
That's the advice I got. Get you a wife.
Show up at the Eid and look around.
You know, Issa is the most available Sheikh al-Islam, Facebook, Roundtable, Maliki Fiqh, Post-Fajr Reflection, Scattered Thoughts, Eligible Bachelor. He's in high demand, right? That's like the nerd guy when everybody went to jail and all the ladies are left for him. So Issa, you got your pick. Pick wisely and quick, brother.
Wisely and quick.
Rosalinda Rojas said, "My daughter."
There you go.
You see that comment?
See, I told you.
Boom.
I don't know who Danae Jones is. She said, "Here you go, Issa."
MashaAllah.
What advice do you all have for those amongst us in the communities who feel as if they ruined their Ramadan and feel ashamed? What hopeful advice do you have? My advice is that, alhamdulillah, you still breathing. That means Allah is still expecting you to make tawbah, and there's hope for you. Because Allah could have did whatever specifically you're talking about, I don't know. But any sin or error that any of us made, Allah could have taken our souls at the moment that we were doing that, but He didn't. So that means there's hope for us. That means that there's chance for us to make tawbah and to get right. It's the shaitan that tricks us into thinking that, oh, you done messed up now. There's nothing you can do. It's hopeless. You in a rut. You might as well just go all the way with whatever you're doing. That's that shaitan talking. But the fact that you're still here, you still have nadama, you have regret that whatever was done, that's a sign and a precondition of tawbah, that you have regret for what you have done. So I see the positive side, So don't feel that it is ruined. If you're still here, you can still correct it and fix it.
Extinguish the shame with sadaqah. Extinguish it with sadaqah.
And not only that, like, keep in mind, Ramadan's not over. Tubu ilallah, tawbatan nasuha. And remember what the Prophet ﷺ said, At-ta'ibu min ad-dhanbi kaman la dhanba lah. The one who repents from the sin is like never have any sin. So, you may miss or, not achieve the fasting you want all these days. And in these days, you turn to Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts your fast and overlooks your shortcomings and guides you to make up what you have missed, to become a pious Muslim. Never underestimate the favor of Allah upon you, right? I think about that often, The fact that all of us are doing what we're doing is a sign that it's never over. And I'm quite sure all of us had moments in our life where this was the furthest thing from our minds, like being an imam, motivating people coming to you for answers, depending on you, leading, being an example in your community. That stuff wasn't maybe on our minds at one time, but out of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put you in that point. And I know even at times being the imam, you fall on your face and you be like, oh, whoa. But you get up, brush yourself off, keep going. And to the point, I was looking on they give you these contacts, and they was talking about the thousands of people we've reached just this week. I said, subhanallah, thousands of people just this week, right? Brothers from our backgrounds, right? That's a mercy from Allah. So, Kareem, when you think about that, these are imams and brothers who come from the same exact background as you, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed us to try to do better than we did yesterday. And I think for every one of us, there's this process of reformation, making it better today than I was tomorrow. I had this thought. Let me share this with you. Hey, check out my bars, Imam Boom Bap. This came
Let's
to my
go.
mind
1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Boom, 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 right? You know I don't got no beat, right? But check this out. It came to my mind yesterday. I don't know what I was doing. No, I was driving to the Masjid for Tarawih, and I was talking to my daughter, right? And I was talking about, she was asking me how the Masjid is going. And to be honest, we're doing better in this pandemic with all this stuff than we've ever did before. SubhanAllah. Like, we are doing great, right? And we're doing so good that I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong. Be like, wait a minute, you ain't working or something? Like, I'm relaxed. I'm not stressed. No, you know what I mean? You know the Imam job can be quite stressful, right? And so I was just telling her, I said, you know, Alhamdulillah. And she, you know, she was like, you stuck in there, you kept going no matter what. She said, most people that went through what you went through with this community would have quit, but you kept going, you kept going. And I said, she said, so how are you doing? Now, let me see if I can remember these bars. I said, I'm not worrying about tomorrow because I'm living it up today because I did all the hard work yesterday. What do you think, Imam? Is that some bars? I'm not worrying about tomorrow because I'm living it up today because I put in all the work yesterday.
Fire, son.
All right. And I want all of us to have that mindset. Put in the work so you'll be able to relax and you don't worry about tomorrow. That's where I'm at with it. My today is nothing but joy, and I'm enjoying every moment of it because we worked our tails off yesterday. You know what I mean? So my present, I ain't worried about tomorrow. I'm living it up today in the halal way, you know? That was on my mind yesterday. That's what I told her, you know? So the same thing, Kareem, man, just turn to Allah, repent to Allah, say astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. I seek the forgiveness of Allah and I turn to Him and then go for it. And you be all right.
And yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, just think about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala favors us time and time again. He could have put Laylatul Qadr anywhere in the month, anywhere in the year. And he gave it a saving grace at the end. One night that's equivalent to 1,000 Ramadans. All you got to do is try to catch it. You know what I mean? Stay up. And it's not much. You know, the time span is short. You know, you making dhikr, some extra rakat, some dua, some reading. And the next thing you know, it's time for suhoor. And you come outside and you see that, you know, one of those signs of Laylatul Qadr, and you just secure for yourself 1,000 months worth of khair. And that could redeem you from the whole month. Because we all fell short, man. You know, we missed a couple salats in Jamaat and, you know, things like that, and overslept for suhoor, and, you know, we missed Tarawih, and we didn't read a juz or Quran, and we got all of these standards from the Salaf, man, that you be like, man, I feel ashamed, and I've been going hard a little bit, and I ain't really did nothing. So we always got a high standard we got to live up to anyway. So anything that we can do, you know, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the ability, man, you know, but try to catch this night, you know. It's almost like, you know, whatever you miss, this joint will make it up plus some, plus more, you know?
Come on, Imam Naeem. You got to give one of those fiery speeches. You got to have, this is Imam Roundtable Scattered Thoughts. We got to flow, man. We got to flow.
I don't know how to give a fiery speech. You know, I give a nice, you know, monotone, sober, you know, discourse, you know. No emotion in it, nothing. Abdullah. I was looking at a comment. I think Issa about to get hooked up. I see email addresses and stuff floating around. Somebody told him to get a PPP loan and stuff. Allahu Akbar.
May Allah make it easy for Brother Ira. May Allah bless him and raise his rank and make him a winner in this world and the hereafter and facilitate all of his matters.
Amin. 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 I have a question for y'all. I don't know if you heard, but this is when you was making salat. I was telling Imam Faheem how this year in Taraweeh, I noticed that the African Americans have been sticking around. Normally at our masjid, the African Americans leave and come for Taraweeh. Now it's like the African Americans are staying for Taraweeh, this time. And I'm thinking the only thing that changed is that we have a black Hafiz leading Taraweeh this time, and not a Pakistani, or like the year before that we had a young Turkish brother. What's your thoughts about that?
Oh, so,
yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, Masjid Muhammad has become an immigrant masjid, so I don't know. I mean, like, we don't have many right now. I don't know. The brothers and sisters seem to disappear. I don't know what the heck happened since this COVID came. So I mean, we have the security. They're there, but other than the security is immigrants. Which is alhamdulillah. I mean, our community is like well mixed, right? But for Taraweeh, it's mostly Bengali, Pakistani, Egyptian, Moroccan, and African Americans usually the security.
You think it's because African Americans don't realize the value in Taraweeh?
I think they realize the value, man. But sometimes this dunya still have us pegged down a lot. You know what I mean? And people, fasting, and then N-word logic. You know what I mean? We always try to take the easy way out and make all types of excuses. You know what I mean? And always taking shortcuts, man. And that's something that we gotta overcome that. You know what I mean? And surprisingly enough, at my masjid this year, I didn't have any immigrants around, except they try to drop off food and stuff like that, but they haven't come for the Taraweeh at all. And some of them, they come for Jumu'ah, and but they come when we need them. When we say we need this, that, and the other. We need renovations. They'll come and they'll drop some money off, and if you press them enough, But we're in the hood, man. I mean, if I get one brother in the hood, what I'm saying, they could come off the app and come in the masjid. We did a lot.
I mean, I think one of the things that, and it's going to be my whole after Ramadan, I'm gonna live in the projects and in the hood, and we gotta go get our people, man. Like seriously, like serve, and be out there. I think a lot of it is there's a disconnect between our Islam and the underserved community. There's a disconnect, and we got to fix that. Islam has become, unfortunately, for the elite, for the well-to-do, and we got to change that narrative. We got to put it back with the du'afa and the fuqara, with the weak and underserved and the impoverished, and let Islam give them izzah, give them dignity. So I mean, I think that's the problem. It's just they've been neglected, and when you're neglected, it's easy to fall to the wayside. So I put it on y'all, right?
When I'm looking at these comments, I don't know if I'm reading it wrong or not, but it seemed like Hadia, she didn't put it out there. Issa,
hey, I had a, you gotta behave yourself on these things, right? But I used to do like a valet. I was a manager in a valet parking place, right? I was like a manager. So you know they used to get Allah. You know, they used to have these J5 employees. They bring them from overseas and they hire them for the summer. Well, they do that in Atlantic City, right? So, you know, it was this one lady, young girl, she's a very attractive young girl, right? So she was working, and the hotel manager, because it was like a hotel, would have valet parking. The hotel manager came out. So she was very, very attractive. So everybody looking at her and lusting and things, right? And she comes up and it's me, the hotel manager, and some other people they sitting. She says, "Oh, this is killing me. I am working so hard. I got to get me a husband and I got to stop working and working hard." And the manager looked at her. He said to her, "You don't have to work hard." She said, "What do you mean I got to work?" He looked at her and said, "You ever heard of a sugar daddy?" I'm sorry. When Hadia said that she's supposed to be finding her husband, you don't need me to find no husband. I'm sorry. Let me behave myself. All you got to do is say, "I'm looking for a husband." You're going to get plenty of requests. SubhanAllah. Allah. MashaAllah. May Allah help us. Yeah, there's a lot of sisters. They're not making themselves known that they're looking for a husband. It's brothers that want to get married, good brothers. They just don't know. Because we've made the whole marriage process difficult, right? You know, we gotta become family to replace not having families, if you understand what I mean. In the traditional Islamic societies, you could go to, you know, the family and there's another family connecting. We don't have that. Most of us are converts, don't have Muslim relatives. If we do have them, they may not be like suitable to look for you a spouse. So we got to do some unconventional ways of going about things. I'm not saying do nothing haram. I'm saying go about unconventional ways and, you know what I mean, facilitate for people, right? Because here's what I learned as an imam. People going to do what they want anyway. You better facilitate. If you don't facilitate, you're opening the door for dislike behavior, if not haram behavior. So stop making the process so difficult. Stop making it like, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Stop making it hard.
It seems like Imam Faheem got like a marriage factory over there. Huh? It seems like every time I look on his page, he gets a new couple he married.
Who, Imam Faheem?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they ain't playing no games. They're not making the process hard. They going and getting a man and woman.
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
I'm not saying do anything, but don't make it so hard.
Yeah, I try to do them on a case-by-case basis. You know, some places they have a lot of you know, like a standard, like they won't do this, they won't do that. And I'm like, no, let's sit down and meet. Let's iron it out and just see if it's a go. You know, if it's a go, then we do it. You know, no reason to be waiting around.
But what I suggest, perhaps setting up a black, what's BIPOC? What does that mean?
Maybe black people of color. I don't know.
Sister Rosalind, what does that mean? BIPOC. I suggested to the imams, I'm letting y'all know I'm going to put them on the spot. They could tell me about it later. I suggested that we make, and I think it's very important. Let me see how many of y'all would support this. We should make a Black Imams Roundtable marriage business where we facilitate for guardians for sisters. We talk to brothers. We intercede, all three of us. And when anyone want to get married, they got to go through all three imams. What do y'all think about that? But we ain't doing it for free. We busy. hey, bro.
Especially you. Especially you.
What do y'all think? So that's one. Do you agree? Come on, let's get an approval. We can start this very soon after Ramadan, 100%. That's only one person, the same person. Hen said yes.
I don't know if you've seen Hen's other comments. You know, she's part of our community. She's campaigning real hard for her husband to get another wife.
See? It worked. It's needed, though. Seriously. You can weed out the jokers, right? Because the imams ain't going to be afraid to, you know, really say what they has to be said. All right. So, Imam, we got an approval. Oh, biracial people of color. Okay. I never heard that. Okay. MashaAllah. Let's do it. What y'all think? What's your idea on that?
I think that's good. I think the easy part is agreeing to it. The hard part is getting people to adhere to it.
But that's what I'm saying. If you got all three, you got support.
Yeah.
And that way, you know, what I miss or what you miss or what Imam find, we always, hey, Wafia, we ain't gonna be taking no shots around here. Talking about if you waiting on Imam Amin, forget about it.
She said earlier that she's been waiting for you to hook up for 25 years.
Honestly, I'll be honest. That's why I need the support. I'm gun shy with marriages. Been too much disasters for me. So I need a supporting cast because it's stressful, right? So with a supporting cast, I think we can get it done.
Alhamdulillah.
And plus, I'm picky. You know, I believe that the sister should make sure she get what she wants, not what's available, just because she ain't married yet.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of sisters do that. And then you find marriages, they don't work. Right? Because the sister, a lot of times, is settling for. Brothers don't do that because brothers got a choice to pick. Usually they got a choice to pick more sisters. But sisters be settling, and I ain't with it. Right? Because I don't want the drama after you settle and unhappy. You know what I mean? So you may think that I'm like critical, but I'm like, nah, dude ain't carrying his weight. He's a stuffed date. Right. And I'm sorry, I ain't signing up for that. So if a brother is not religiously active, to me, that's an automatic no. You know, if he ain't religiously active, he ain't deaning, he's, you know, Assalamu alaikum, Mark. Nah, bro. Sorry, I ain't signing up for that. And maybe that's why nobody come to me for marriage anymore. Allah.
People just be wanting me to rubber stamp stuff. These just people I don't know from nowhere just drop in and expect me to marry. I'm like, man, who are you, man? Like, subhanAllah.
Here, she meant the question, how would it work? I think what we should do, I'm going to tell you what, I remember this was in Lebanon. I never forget this. It's a funny story behind this, what I'm getting ready to tell you. So me and my teacher, This is a funny sheikh story, right? I won't tell you who the sheikh was, so I can keep that a secret, right? But I can tell you the story. So we in Lebanon, and one of my teachers, he got us going around doing lectures all over the place in Lebanon, right? But I'm noticing something. I'm thinking it's just tour, lecture, sheikhs, right? That these are all classes with all women, right? They're women. And they got like schools for women. It's just all women. And the sheikh who's over the class, he got the portfolio of all the women, right? And so he invites single imams or sheikhs. Well, it ain't no imams. It's like all sheikhs. Single sheikhs. He gives a class and he gets to meet the students who nice. And then they go in the back and they pick the wife. I said, y'all slick. I thought we really teaching knowledge. I'm looking for women, right? But one way is that, and I think the Imam Wafdi Muhammad community had it the best in this. I'm saying the idea where you have these meet and greets with single couples or single people, men and women, and they bring all their stuff together, but you're working with imams, so it won't get out of control, and get to know people because they don't have families. We got to serve as a family. So the brother is going to have a little bit more responsibility because he's answering to imams, and the sister is going to have protections because it's imams representing them, right? And then you don't got to worry about the imam being put in a funny position because he's with a group of imams. He's not by himself. So he don't got to deal with a sister by himself. He has a group of imams that are dealing with it. So everyone's looking out for each other's interests. It's like that family thing. And then you can, like some kind of application where, everyone knows about, the potential spouses. And I think it will work. I mean, that's that's just a partial idea of how to work it all out. But it needs to be worked out. But I think it's necessary. What's your thoughts about that?
I like it.
I like it too. I'm just an advocate of a thorough triage. When you go to the hospital, you get triage. Let me tell you what happened to me not too long ago. A brother, he reached out to the Masjid about getting married. He already had the sister lined up. They were talking, and the brother's in our city, right? But, nobody really knows him like that. And so, we have a little basic application, nothing deep. And so, he fills out the application online and, he's like pushing, like, when we're going to do the process or whatever, right? So, alhamdulillah, we finally set up a counseling call, right? So it's on Zoom. And so it's me, him, and the sister. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to do some, basic Islamic, information about marriage and stuff like this, right? So in my mind, I'm in the triage stage in my mind. So I say, sister, have you ever been married before? Oh, she said yes, a few years ago, not married anymore, whatever. And so I say, okay, when did you get divorced? That's when she got real defensive. She was like, well, it was real traumatic. I don't really like to think about it, whatever. I'm like, okay, I understand. I'm like trying to get you to rehash whatever happened in your previous marriage. I'm just concerned about the date that the marriage was dissolved. I don't need to know how, what happened, what he did, whatever. It's not my business. I just want to know when the marriage was dissolved. And it was real vague. Oh, about 2 years ago, whatever. My antennas went up. So I say, okay, how did did you get a kulla? Was it a talaq? No, it was just, he wouldn't get a job and I just left. I said, wait a minute. So you still married there? No, I left. I haven't seen him in a long time, whatever. Okay, Talak or Kula. How was it, right? And so she got real defensive. Like, why I got to answer all these questions? I'm trying to get married and y'all making it all hard. All right. I'm like, I'm not making it hard. I just want to know when you got divorced. And how did the divorce happen? Long story short, she just left, right? No divorce, no Kula, no nothing, just left. And then she tried to say, well, he not Muslim anymore anyway, so the marriage is not valid anyway. I'm like, how you know you're not Muslim? I thought you didn't have any contact with him. Well, he's homeless. He not praying. I'm like, man, listen. I say, and then she pulled the Wahhabi card. Man, y'all wanted me to send pictures and stuff like this. Pictures is haram, right? And so that's what I mean by triage. And the sister got real disrespectful. I had to pull like the Negro card on her for a minute. And the brother, it seemed like he was kind of embarrassed. He apologized. He was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. I never seen that side from her, whatever. I was like, that's why I'm here. A lot of times people don't want to go through that triage. They don't want to know, because a lot of times marriages end like that and without really ending. They just leave. They don't know the rules of marriage before the marriage, in the marriage, and they don't know the rules, how to properly dissolve a marriage. And they out here on the market. And so a lot of times you get past that stage with me, I don't have a problem marrying you.
But see, I think that's another thing that we need to also, and this is something that was suggested to me that we have failed in really. We need conferences just on the rules of marriage and that whole process. Like there need to be multiple seminars all around the country over and over and over again on these rules of marriage. Because most people don't know what to do anyway, right? Because they never learned the book of fiqh, they don't know the rules. But they, that's a need people have. So I think one of them in our tours, we need to have marriage tours, like where we just working on the rules of marriage, divorce, child custody, the different types of divorces, arrangements of, polygynous marriages, all of these things that we deal with, right? We need to be real with it, right? Because remember, keep in mind, and I don't want to take a jab at nobody, but I'll take one. The Salafi movement destroyed our communities with do-it-yourself Islam, right? And is a byproduct of that. I follow Quran and Sunnah, which means I do what I want, right? So there's no fiqh, whereas if one followed al-madhahib, the schools of thought, there's laid out rules in every madhab of what you can and cannot do. But if you wipe away the madhahib, and go to this la madhabiyya attitude, everybody going to go for it. I saw in the hadith and I saw in this, and it's a mess. So we need that whole process. The fiqh of marriage, according to the Hanafi school, Maliki school, Shafi'i school, even the Hanbali school, because now we got these people that say they're Hanbali, Hanbali, Wahhabi, whatever they may be, Athari, whatever they call themselves, but that's real stuff. And the books of al-fiqh are very detailed about all these matters. So there's the need to really educate. And I think that would solve a lot of the problems in the high rates of divorce and leave them and have a knowledge for failures of their marriages. So, I mean, that's my thought about it. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, let's put it together. I got to get ready to run, though, Imam.
Ain't you driving? Why you got to run? Just
you know what I mean, man.
No. All right, Imam. Take it easy.
Okay.
You want to do a little fundraiser before you roll? We broke.
Okay, let's get that Ramadan bread up. That Ramadan bread tastes different, you know what I mean? So make sure you pay that cover fee, inshallah, and take advantage of this these last 10 nights and give plenty of charity, inshallah. make sure you donate to the Black Imams Roundtable so we can keep, get our thing together so we can be ready to come out the gate serving you after this fast is Allah.
All right, Sayyidi Imam, may Allah reward you. We love you. We're glad you returned back. We was wondering if you abandoned us for a minute.
It's the return of the boom bap.
Yes. Usually once you get a couple solo performances, that's usually where it starts.
Yeah. Like the
I
ones
saw
you
you
had.
on a couple shows without us. I said, I know where this is going.
Like the ones you had a video by yourself, man. You had the you was showing off, man.
You got some Bobby Brown going on. That's by myself.
But I love y'all, man. I love everybody tuning in, man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts. Amin.
Amin. Amin.
So Imam,
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
Yes, I think we can put that together. I think it's something that's worth doing.
Yeah, I think that, when we move around, with our focus on different aspects of Aqidah, following, madhahibs and marriage. I think those are all key areas that we're hurting at in our community. So we should definitely focus on that.
Yeah, I wanna hit this mess with my man Shaquille, right? He says, how many jobs has Imam Amin had? Imam Amin been to prison. So one of the things I knew when I came home from prison, that I don't want to go back. Right? So whatever it took to do that and take care of I've had 3 jobs at one time, right? I had 3 different jobs. And I started from the rock bottom, to build up till I became a boss and I started making 6 figures. I went from literally, I think I was like $6 and something, if that. My first job, when I came home, was like $6.25 in a sweatshop laundry in the middle of the hood with a bunch of no slight intended Mexicans. When they would only hire the Mexicans and work them to death, and guys would come home from jail. And I remember that job. I wanted to stay, whatever I had to do. And then I got a job that I was traveling for like 3 hours to get to the job for like $7.50. Then I got another job up to $8. Then I got a job up to $11. Then I got a job up to $20. I just worked my butt off till I got a big job and I could do what I want. And then I went from a big job to my own business to do what I want. And that's so, I say that when you ask that, if a person been through what we've been through, and, I never was a broke dude. So I know you're going to have this money. If you don't got money, that's a temptation for you. A lot of brothers get back in trouble because they broke, right? So that was my thing, So, and still to this day, I don't work for nobody. I kind of refuse to do that, but I'm always in the mind of business. I got a hustler spirit. That's my mindset, right? Because one of the things in our community that we need to push is economic, financial stability, right? If we're going to maintain families, if we're going to do, you got to get it. And we need to train, especially our men, to be breadwinners, to go get it, right? And take some of that load off our women who've been carrying the weight for a long time, right? And gradually let them sit down and rest, and we handle it. So there's there's my reason why I had so many jobs. But now I got the best job in the world. I'm doing what I love, serving Allah's deen. Alhamdulillah. right? But so when people come to me talking about it's hard, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Man up. Right? Can't come to me talking about how hard it is. Nah, I don't respect that. Man up. Handle your business.
There's options. You just got to think outside the box.
And this is America, right? I've seen places where you don't have an opportunity. But America, every day is a new opportunity. Every single day. Every day. You got your head right, you could be broke today and filthy rich tomorrow. That's America.
Yeah.
Now, I've been in places where that ain't possible. If you're poor, you're gonna be poor forever, you know, in that society. But in America, one idea can change it all.
Yeah.
One idea. That's all it takes.
I see Hassan Ali just came in here. I just want to let you know, brother, your wife been advocating for you to get another wife on here. And if you look at the comment, she said, I actually don't want to rest. I want him to rest. So she ready to work, trying to find you a wife and all that. Man, put your hammer down. I can't let your wife take care of you. SubhanAllah. Hen, you know, you want to find another wife. What about him finding 3 more wives? That's cool. That's cool with you?
Where's Brother Era? He got a question. He submitted his request pending approval. What request?
Well, somebody invited him to some group. Who you talking about, Danae Jones? Talking about Hassan Ali? As Black men, how do you think we can teach our people? We as a people are not poor.
Hey, wait a minute, I gotta get a plug. He just opened the door for me. Hey, good, what's that? Hey, I'm getting ready to relaunch this clothing, inshallah, starting with the t-shirts this summer. So I'm gonna need y'all support. It's called Dawah Wear. A lot of people know about it, right? But we're gonna relaunch this summer with a vintage Dawah Wear, and then we're gonna come with a whole nother. We have so many designs that we're coming, but we're getting ready to relaunch again this summer. So yeah, that was the end of when I went from working to my own businesses, Shaquille. I did a lot of stuff. I'm one of those guys that I have my hands in 3 pots at one time. And so I'm gonna have my hand in Imam Faheem's pocket, Imam Naeem's pocket, Sheikh Yaya's pocket, Sheikh Abdul Kareem's pocket. I'm gonna be all over, mixing it up. Saying?
You had a question up there from Zahira Ahmed.
And if you got room in your pocket in Turkey, I'll put my hand in your pocket too.
Come up off that bread. Y'all used to be the Khulafa. Y'all used to be the Khalifas. Y'all still got old Ottoman bread up in there.
From Turkey. That's right, my brother. Let me know if you need help with that. I'll help fund you. We'll be talking. So you never know, Naeem. Closed mouth. A guy told me in my Ansar days, right? He said, a closed mouth don't get fed, and the squeaky wheel get to oil.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where we at? Are we almost done?
Yeah.
But you know, we need this time together. I'm enjoying, I'm learning to relax.
Oh man, she advocating hard.
Oh, he talking about he's changed his name to Imran. Is that Imran Ahmedu? That's the Imran Hussein, ain't it?
Nah.
Ain't that the same person?
Hmm.
He said he's changing his name. Ain't that Imam Imran Hussein's name? Isn't it the guy that had all the women in Turkey?
No, you thinking about I know you're talking about now. There's two different people. Imran Hussein and Harun Yahya, his pen
Oh,
name.
Harun Yahya. I'm sorry. I thought that's what the name he was mentioning. All right, we good?
Yeah, we good.
See them foreigners, you see that? It's always a catch when you finish our project. First you say you was funding, now you put a catch. I see how this works.
Yeah. Old bait and switch. Come on, you got that old Ottoman bread, man. Shouldn't be no strings attached to it, man. As black men, how do you think we can teach our people we as a people are not poor?
Be honest, we're not poor. I told you what I didn't, someone told me about Jumu'ah. They said, Imam, look at the shoes. And one day I was on the minbar and I was counting the shoes because I up high so I could see. And in the masjid one time, literally was about $30,000 or $40,000 worth of shoes.
SubhanAllah.
And I might have underestimated that because you had some $1,000 shoes in there, right? And all the sneakers was like 150, 200, and the slick, what's them the red bottom shoes that the women wear?
Red bottoms.
That's what they call it? They expensive, right? Really, really expensive. How much them shoes cost, sisters? The red bottom ones. And don't act like y'all pious now. How much?
They know exactly how much it costs. They know when they go on sale too.
$1,500. I saw a couple of those pairs of shoes in the masjid. That time I did that. And they don't just got one, right? And then I wasn't counting the clothes and the pocketbooks. Watch the Eid, just the Eid. If you have a big Eid, like, we have a nice size Eid. Watch the clothes, watch the pocketbooks, watch the shoes, and you see how much money we got.
Mm.
Now, when we practice our religion and add the concept of a zuhud, abstinence from the dunya, you'll see how much money we got. We're not broke. We're not broke at all. We don't have our priorities correct, right? Right? I mean, so if we put our priorities in order, we got money. We got plenty of money. Money's not our problem. What we do with our money's the problem.
I asked that question because the community wanted to learn Quran. I found someone and I said, you should pay him. They got mad and wanted proof in the hadith and wanted to argue. I was so embarrassed. That's us, it's the Negroes.
I mean, so that's just something you got to do. I mean, we got money, trust me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we raised on this platform for our efforts that we're going to do as soon as Ramadan ends. We starting, inshallah. We raised almost $18,000 by now. It's over 17, but I'm still doing the final counts for what came in this month. But I know we almost up to around 18,000. Be honest, Imam Naeem, before we did it, would you think we was going to have this kind of money?
Mm-mm.
Right? And I wouldn't either. But y'all been committed. And we got more than that. If we were serious, we could free our imams just to do da'wah. We got the money, right? If you took Islam as serious as you take as your cable and your Netflix and your computer and your knobs or whatever you got going on, you took your deen that serious, far as the growth and development and building, people could spend their life teaching Quran, schools, business. We would be going. I've seen it, so I know we could do it. I lived in the Ansars, and it was only black people and Spanish, or Latino, right? Black and brown people. And when we was all sacrificing, money was abundant. So I know what we could do. I don't have no doubt about what we could do if we want to, right? I mean, it's do we want to? And do we see the importance of what we're doing? I need that. I need us to see that, because I'm talking about me, myself. I've committed my life to this work. I'm not doing nothing else except helping build this work. And I want to go all around the country, and I've been doing it with different imams, putting it together, working behind the scenes, that I would like to make the strongest African-American Islamic movement. I would like to be a part of establishing that cooperative effort that has ever happened in the history of America. That's my intention. It's not easy, but it's doable.
And may Allah give us success in that.
We're doing it behind the scenes. We just have to get the funding to go a little further. And it's available and it's coming. And you'll see. But you just got to be committed. You got to be committed. I don't see I don't even believe we have another choice.
We don't.
If we don't do it, we're going to be extinct. I'm watching year by year, we becoming marginalized, pushed to the side, and we're going to become a second-class citizen within Islam in America if we don't get ourselves together.
We're already second class. It's going to be permanent. Alhamdulillah, Imam. I got to get out of here too. I didn't pray Asr yet, and then I got to head to the Masjid.
What kind of Imam is you with late prayers? That's another problem. You know what I mean? Aki, inna salat kanat ala mu'minina kitaban mawquta. What's your problem, brother? You notice you put prayer first, Aki. This dunya don't take over the salat. That's what the problem with you people of bid'ah. Y'all don't know where to follow the sunnah. The sunnah is to pray when the prayer comes in, Aki.
Yeah, I've been hanging around y'all deviants. That's why I messed up my prayer.
You got time to talk all this dunya and all this bid'ah, no Quran and no sunnah, no dalil, just talking out the side of your neck. And then you're going to tell me after all is done, you ain't prayed yet. And you want us to follow you and donate to you. Man, get that body. Do I got my stuff down or what?
Yeah, you got it. You just got to be more monotone and more paced in your kalam, and then you sound a little bit more like them.
Now you know why we don't hang with the people of innovation. May Allah break their backs.
Amin.
I'm sorry, man. See, that's what happened when you hang around these guys, man. All right, inshallah, I'll close us out, man. I love y'all. May Allah reward you all. Make us winners in this day, in this world, and in the hereafter. I really, seriously, I really appreciate all of y'all's steadfastness. And I don't think we give y'all enough credit for sticking it out with us, rolling with us, day in, day out, consistently getting up, studying, learning, memorizing, because we have a movement going on here. And it's a good one. It's a positive one. And it is a FUBU Islamic movement.
For us, by us.
Right. And everyone's welcome, but we driving this car.
Yeah.
You're welcome. See, I even got my brother all the way in Turkey. He with us every day, rolling.
Yeah,
but I know why he with us. He wants us to do some work for him.
Yeah, we even got the Ottomans with us.
And them black guys, they can put some work in. Oh, man. So, alhamdulillah, may Allah reward you all. And may y'all have a blessed Ramadan. Keep working, keep it going on. And this has become, for me, and I know for Imam Naeem and Imam, y'all have become an extended family, really. You know what I mean? I look forward to every day just looking at your names and hearing your comment, you know what I mean? Y'all are really beautiful people. May Allah reward you all.
Amin, Amin. Allahu Akbar.
All right, close us out with dua, Imam Naeem, and pray Aghrib. Asgrib.
We later than you, by the way. Anyway, alhamdulillah. Our Maghrib door coming into about 8:20 something, whatever.
All right, you keep coming. It's 7:20 something.
SubhanAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this platform. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us all in sincerity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who increased his ibadah and increased his giving during these blessed times. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wal asra innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.